Hello, 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 hello again. Nice to see that you are here waiting to listen to a very awesome guest we have today. Thank you very much for always being here, supporting, liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing the videos because we know we have a lot to learn from ourselves every day. We learn every day. So, thank you very much for always being here. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing the video because we know there will be people who would need this video. Now, we have a special guest. I haven't got words to qualify her. She's according to what I've written here, she's a multi-talented, multilingual, and she's going to be showing us some of our skills. Maybe she's going to be saying hello to us in different languages that she can speak. So she is multi-talented, multilingual, Oxford undergraduate. She's bright, adaptable, and determined. That is from her LinkedIn profile. Without further ado, I will invite on the screen Miss Oyindasola Bello. You are welcome.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bumi. Hello, everyone. My name is Oyindasola, or Oyindasola. And should I just explain my current where I am at, or?
Okay. So, yep, you can introduce yourself. Before we go ahead, the topic is how to choose your subjects with success. So, she's been through it all and she's just beginning her journey, but she's got a lot of experience to share with us, with the youths who are struggling with, oh, what subjects do I choose? I don't like the subject. I hate the subject. Oh, my parents want me to do that subject. She's here to answer all the questions. So please remember to comment down below if you've got any questions for Oyindasola this evening. And the topic, like I said, is how to choose your subjects with success. So, Oyindasola, I would like you to please introduce yourself and your journey so far. Thank
Thank
you.
you for the introduction. That was really good. Okay, so my name is Oyindasola, like I said, and I'm currently a economics and management undergraduate student at the University of Oxford. And just to give a brief kind of summary of my academic journey so far, I started off at a comprehensive primary school in a small kind of town in Berkshire. And from then I, sat my SATs and then moved on to a all girls school in Reading, where I set my GCSEs. I chose for my GCSEs optional subjects French, religious studies, Latin, and German, along with all the mandatory ones like sciences and maths and English, etc. And I finished from that school with 10 nines. And then I moved to a different school in Oxford for my A levels, for which I studied maths, further maths, economics, and French. And then I recently just graduated from there with 4 A stars in my subjects, and here I am.
Wow, awesome, awesome. Thank you. That's a lot of moving around, if you
Yeah.
ask me. And you were able to keep on top of this. It is inspiring, I must say. And saying 10 nines, how did you do it? How did you do it, to be honest? How did you do that? Can you tell us in one word or one sentence? How did you do that?
Hard work. Hard work. It
Hard
doesn't
work.
take you to be a genius, it just takes a lot of discipline. Yeah.
A lot of discipline. Thank you very much. I'm sure people can relate to that. A lot of burning the night candle, if there's anything like that nowadays, or do I say burning the electricity in the house? Well, well done, well done. We're really proud of your achievement. So, my next question is: at what stage or stages do students take responsibility for choosing their subjects in your educational journey? At what stage in life do you have to start choosing subjects? Because I know there are different stages.
Yeah. Uh, I say generally in secondary school, there are two main stages where you choose. And one is just before year nine, that's for your GCSE choices. And then finally at the end of year 11 for your A levels. So generally you pick your GCSE optional subjects end of year eight to start in year nine. And for that period, it's still quite restricted. So you still have to do your sciences, your English, your maths, etc. But then you get optional subjects like languages, of which I took many, many languages, You have your humanities, which are geography, history, and religious studies. And then you have things like art and things like that. And then when you finish your GCSEs, which is year 11, at the end of year 11, you have to choose your A-level subjects. And for these, you have complete free reign, basically, to pick whatever you like. You generally pick things that you did well at GCSE to continue for A-level, between 3 to 5 subjects.
Wow. Okay, great. So that's it. That means everyone in secondary school will have to do a science subject. So there's
Yeah,
no art, because someone was asking recently saying, "Oh, what subject are you?" Was asking one of my children, "Are you in art or commercial?" Because in Africa we used to right from the very beginning, well, from middle age or the middle level of your education in secondary
yeah,
school, you'll have to know if you're going to be an art student or science student or.
yeah.
But it seems in the UK, everyone has to do science. Is that correct?
Yeah, up till the age of 16, which
Okay.
is good.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much. So my next question is, before I ask my next question, now,
Yeah.
if you're watching, you've got children who are at the stage of picking subjects. Parents, I'm talking to you now. It's time for you to get them seated, let them listen to someone who has been through it and who has a lot of experience to share with the younger generation. So please, let's not take this for granted. Remember to share, to like, and subscribe to the videos. Thank you very much. So I've asked that was yeah. The next question is, at what stage? Oh yeah, I've asked that. So is there a relationship between the choice of subject and your career, or is it just, oh, just choose anything when you get to out when you get out there, when you finish your education, then you can actually do this kind of career you want? Or does it really is there a relationship, a direct relationship between what subjects you choose now and what you want to become in future?
So that is a really good question, and it's really important because, in short, yes, there definitely is a relationship between like the subjects you choose and then what you end up, doing in the future potentially, because a lot of people don't think too far ahead, but by university, the degree you want to study will likely have required subjects that you must have taken at A levels. But then to even take a subject at A level, there's a likelihood that you must have taken it as your optional for GCSE. So I'd say for GCSE, it's much broader because you still have to do a lot of subjects, whether you really want to or not. But then you do have the choice of humanities, which are quite decisive for A levels. So if you do want to study geography at university, you need to have chosen it by the end of year 8.
Mm,
Right? So there is that definite link, especially for things like medicine, especially the sciences, basically. You have to have really taken that at each stage. There are some subjects that are a bit more broad, like mine. I chose economics and management, and obviously at GCSEs, I didn't have the option for economics, so I could pretty much choose anything. And I knew I was that type of person because I had maths anyway. And things like law, you don't study law at GCSE, you don't study it at A level, so you have a bit more flexibility in that sense. But generally speaking, you should really think long term when you're picking your subjects, because a lot of people get to A levels and realize that they can't actually study what they wanted to at university because they didn't pick a subject that was required for it.
wow, wow. That actually takes me to my next question. Thank you very much for throwing more light on that. What are the common mistakes students make when choosing subjects?
Yeah, so that does link. I'd say there are main 5 ones that I've noted down, but my number one would be not picking something because it seems boring. And this, I'd say, is more centered towards GCSEs, because GCSEs, even if you don't entirely enjoy a subject, you can still do incredibly well at it. And so for subjects that are really beneficial, like choosing triple sciences or choosing a language, those are really actually quite key in the general world, because employers or universities, or just for your general kind of growth academically, it's really good to choose, all sciences, choose your languages, things like that. But
Mm,
oftentimes people stray away from them because at that moment in time, the end of year 8, they prefer to do something that seems easier. And that actually links me on to my next mistake, which is picking a subject because it looks easy. And that is something that everyone lots of people do every single year. They may pick art or kind of a more practical subject, thinking it's a lot easier, but in reality, it's actually not easier, perhaps in a different sense to like maths and sciences, but it's really, really time consuming. And so I think every single subject has its difficulties and it has its challenges. And you shouldn't shy away from that when you're picking subjects, but embrace the challenge that comes with every single subject. So yeah, picking something that because it seems too boring, or picking subjects because they seem easy. And number three, which links on to the point I was making before, but being quite short-sighted when picking subjects, kind of just picking a random array of things because they sound good at the time. I think it's really important to know that you will get to A levels, you will graduate A levels. So from year 8, understand the inevitable because it's going to come, it's going to hit you, whether you're prepared for it or not. So really think long term when you're picking your subjects. Like, what can I actually do with this group of subjects? Should I kind of rearrange? Because worst case scenario is that you can't pursue the degree you wanted to pursue because you didn't pick the right A level subjects or GCSE subjects.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then the last point really quickly is doing things because your friends are doing them. I'd say that's quite a big one, especially in secondary school when everyone's still quite herd mentality. It's really easy to pick it because, oh, my friend's doing it, or because someone told me to. You really need to be quite independent with your studies from an early age because you're all going to go on very different paths, most likely. So pick what you know that you will do best in and that you can push yourself to do well in, rather than just doing what everyone's doing. But
Wow,
yeah,
that's interesting. Thank you. You said number one, don't pick a subject because it is boring. Don't pick a subject because it looks easy. Don't be short sighted. And picking subjects because your friends are doing them, you're not going to the same as people going on the train. You're all
yeah,
going different directions. So why just jump on that same bandwagon? So yeah, thank you very much. I think I can relate with that. Where people just choose things because they'll be in the same class with their friends. Oh yeah, we can always we gel together. We can always sit together. But you're not going to the same. You're not going. You don't have the same feature. So why you're not going to live in the same house or
yeah.
you don't have the same parents? So
You're paying your bills.
yeah, exactly. So, but anyway, I know that is a struggle with with youths because you just want to feel comfortable. But
Yeah,
the better you start thinking, I mean, the sooner you start thinking wide about where you want to be, what you want to become, irrespective of what friends do, say, or directs you to do, the better for you because we all have different things in life where we're going, different places where we're going. So that takes me to my next question because
yeah,
I know people struggle with this. Is parental input or
yeah.
advice necessary for students who are choosing subjects? Is it necessary? If you say yes, why? If you say no, why? Thank you.
Okay, so this is a very contentious point, but it is definitely two-sided. It is definitely two-sided. Luckily, I didn't feel the brunt of this because what I wanted really aligned with what my parents wanted for me. So we never had this kind of conflict. But I'd say parental input can be really positive because your parents know you often more than you know yourself. From
Hmm.
a third party perspective, they know your weaknesses, your strengths, and they know what life is like out there, and they know what may be beneficial for you that you don't realize at this point in time. They can be your long-term thinkers for you if you are that inclined. However, there are cases whereby parents potentially want to impose their life regrets onto their children, and you will become a doctor because I want you to become a doctor, um, and just things like that. So I think it's a fine balance, because for example, I did triple science, but initially I was thinking, oh, can I really be bothered to do triple science? It sounds quite boring. Do I really want to do that? And so I was actually contemplating just dropping one and doing double science. But knowing that what my parents would say, I just chose triple science. And in the end, I got 3 9s anyway. So I think having that parental input to kind of direct you when you're thinking short term is useful. But, you know, children are so different in terms of the variety of abilities of just like wants for their futures. And in short, not everyone can become a doctor, not everyone can become a lawyer. You know, there is still so many different career paths, whether it's more artistic, whether it's more practical, and they're all still very valid, right? Because we can't all be doing the same career paths. So I think respecting the path that you know that your child really wants to go down and is really good at, but then also, you know, inputting with advice to help them think realistically sometimes.
Wow, that's a wise way of answering the question. Thank you very much. Really wise. Thank you. I like the way you said parents sometimes impose their life regrets on their children. That is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah. So for parents, for youths, whoever is listening out there,
Mm,
let the children choose. All we need to do is direct them and
yeah.
expose their minds to, oh, why do you want, let's know why they want to learn a
Yeah.
subject rather than saying, oh, you have to be this. We are this in my family. From
Yeah.
generation to generation, we've always been that. So you
Yeah.
have to carry on the back, you have to carry on the fire and
Yeah.
all of that. So God help us, God help us. Thank you very much. I really appreciate this time you
Yeah.
spent with us. Are there any last tips for students,
Yeah.
especially those who are preparing for exams, those who are having their
Yeah.
GCSEs or writing their A level exams soon? Any tips for them so that they can also come to Oxford or Cambridge or
Oh,
Harvard or all of those top 10?
even better. Yeah, I'd say just a few tips I'd mention are number one, like don't underestimate yourself in your studies. Like if there's something you really want, you just need your dedication, you need your discipline, and that's like incredibly possible. I say links on to my next point, which is you don't need to be a genius to get all nines and all A stars. People kind of rule themselves out of getting these grades because that's for a special kind of person. You're showing my YouTube channel, but actually, in effect, in reality, it's not the case at all. People will be getting all nines who are actually not even as capable as you, but because of their grit and determination, that's what they'll get. It's mostly about believing yourself and being willing to supplement that with hard work. And that's actually what will guarantee your success. You know, things won't come easy. That's why you sit exams, right? If everyone got 100%, they wouldn't really be testing you on anything. So don't
Mhm.
view something that's difficult as impossible because they're very different things. And difficult is just something that you can overcome. But don't be put off by those obstacles and difficulties. And
Wow,
then I
wow.
guess I'd finally just say enjoy school. There will be exams, it will be difficult at times, but everyone tells you, but it'll fly quicker than you think. It really will. So just treasure the good times, you know, see the good in every situation, embrace the challenges and just make the best of it.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Beautiful. Thank you very much. It's so inspiring listening to you. Thank you very much for this time. I know you're a super,
Thank
super
you.
busy lady and you've got to do some stuff and like for me to get your attention, it's really divine. Thank you very much for
Thank
this.
you for organizing this.
And viewers out there, if you're listening and you have more questions, please write in the comment down below. And one more thing, go to Oyindasola's channel. That is her channel there, Oyinda Bello, and she speaks languages. Can you please show off your skills as we wrap up this event? Just show us your skills. Say something to everyone listening, every language you know how to speak. Please, over
Ok.
to you.
Merci tout le monde pour avoir regardé cette série avec Dr. Bumi. 감사합니다. 봐주셔서 감사합니다. Danke alles für uns sehen. Es hat viel Spaß gemacht und Eshegoni Utupe. Yeah, I think that's all the languages, French, German, yeah.
Whoa. Great, great. So, what are those languages, if I may ask?
Um, French, Korean, German, and Yoruba.
Just one person. Okay, so that's a challenge. Thank you very much, Oyindasola, for this opportunity. I really appreciate you. And I wish you all the best in the future. I'm sure we're going to be hearing about you more often now because the sky is not, it's just the beginning. You know, the Lord is going to skyrocket you into greater heights. You're going to dine and wine with the kings and princesses of this earth, and you're going to shine through, shine through, shine through. I believe God has a plan for you, and He will help you, strengthen
Yeah.
you, and
Yeah.
keep you. Thank
Oh
you
my God.
very
One
much. I
last thing
really
I'd say. One last
okay.
thing I'd say. You just reminded me, but guys, have faith. Have faith
Mhm.
because honestly, with God, you can do anything and everything more than you ever thought you could. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. That's a wrap. With
Yeah.
faith, you can do anything. Yes, thank you very much, and I wish you all the best in
Thank you.
Oxford. Thank you. Bye. So, viewers, you have heard it all from our lovely Oyindasola Bello. And please, let's encourage our children to choose rightly, because that is the beginning of their journey in life. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, share, and share this video with someone, with children, with youths, with teenagers, with people who are, even with those who are, who are old enough to be grandmas and mothers, and but are still trying to change careers. Please share this video. Thank you very much for always being here, always listening, and I wish you all the best. See you next time. Bye bye.